Howdy, howdy. It is Monday, November 4th, and I'm coming at you from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever been excited to reach this rocky state as I am right now. I am very much looking forward to the challenge of PA and the completion of PA. Yeah, I talked about earlier how this is a very big sort of milestone once I get done with PA, and the end is sort of in sight for me once I get done with it. So looking forward to getting done with it, getting down to Boiling Springs, stopping in and visiting my fellow ATCers down there, and stopping in Harper's Ferry, and yeah, pretty upbeat right now. Yeah, so this is my first day hiking out of the Gap, or Delaware Water Gap. You can actually, behind me, I stopped because you got a decent view. I mean, I've had views of the Delaware River, which forms the border between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I've had views of it all day, but I figured I'd share. This might be the last one I get all day. But yeah, hiked up out of the Water Gap today. It was a decent climb. I think it was like 1,100 feet, something like that, over just a couple of miles. So it was, you know, it wasn't easy, that's for sure. Definitely broke a sweat. But yeah, like I was saying in my last video, you sort of climb up out of town, and then this is what you're dealing with. You just kind of roll along these ridge lines. You see up ahead of me. Yeah, you just sort of roll along these ridge lines, and I don't know what the terrain's like maybe 10 miles from here, because the topography, all that I've looked at, is up just a little bit past the next shelter. But it just looks like I'm gonna be rolling like this for quite a while today. Yeah, yeah, I made it into the Water Gap yesterday afternoon. After, I can't remember what mountain it was, Killarney Mountain or something like that. I think it was like 7 miles of just kind of rolling down into the Water Gap. It was a really nice hike. It was pretty cool up on Killarney Mountain as I'm climbing up, kind of a rocky summit. It looked like they were filming a commercial or a movie or show or something up there. And I get up there, and it's like the most intense birding operation I have ever seen. Just maybe 20 people out there bird watching, and they had like a fake falcon perched up on top of a big post, and yeah, it was cool. They looked like they were all up there having a good time. Yeah, and then passed on that, rolled down, and made it into town. I don't know, maybe it was like 4 o'clock. And went and rolled into the, man, I can't remember the name of it. It's the church hostel that's in Delaware Water Gap. That place is nice. Man, I couldn't have been any more pleased with that hostel. All they ask is for a donation, and they've got hot showers in there, bathroom, like a living room area with comfortable couches and recliners like lazy boys, then a bunk room that's all heated. Man, I walked in there, it was getting cold yesterday, and the heat was rolling. There was a southbound through hiker in there, Black Dog, and he was hanging out in the recliner. I guess that's where he had slept the night before. He was taking a zero yesterday. But yeah, I got in there, and man, I was really happy with the situation there. And yeah, got all settled in there, and then I had I mentioned that I had washed my Darn Tough socks, and I was trying to dry them on the outside of my pack, all for, like, you know, the majority of yesterday, so that I could run to the outfitter in town and hopefully exchange them out. They weren't quite dry yet. I had to give them a little bit of a fan treatment once I got there. But I called the outfitter first, and they said that they had hours. Their off-season hours are Saturday and Sunday only from 10 to 5. So I had like 45 minutes by the time I left, and I ran over there, and sure enough, they had closed early or something. I don't know. Went back to the hostel, and Black Dog was like, which one did you go to? I was like, which one? There's more than one? Because the Edge of the Wood is the only one I had seen in the guide. He's like, yeah, if you look at the map, there's another one that's on the map. There's not a listing for it, called Pack Shack. So I sort of looked them up online first, and it said they had Sunday hours until 6 p.m. And at this point it was, you know, almost 5 o'clock. And I ran down to Pack Shack, and they were closed early too. So no new socks and no insoles. I wanted to shop for insoles as well, to sort of beat out what I'm working with right now, because what I'm working with will definitely not last for a prolonged period of time. But no worries. When I went to the Edge of the Woods, I saw a restaurant, Sycamore Grill, had a sign saying 45-cent wings. So that was a place where I definitely decided I was going to go eat. And as I was going down to Pack Shack, I passed the Town Bakery, where they do a all beef hot dog and a slice of pie for $2.49. So on my way back from Pack Shack, I grabbed that, and then I ended up stopping back at Sycamore Grill on the way back to the hostel as well, and eating some chicken wings and watching a little bit of football. It was a nice trip, regardless of the fact that neither of the outfitters were open for me. But yeah, then ended up crashing on the couch at the hostel, which, you know, beats my pad on a bunk for sure. Crashed on the couch just because it was Black Dog and I, you know. There's not that many hikers on trail around right now, so he crashed in the Lazy Boy and I crashed on the couch. And then woke up this morning, signed the register, sang their praises in the register, and they actually have a little book there that I guess Delaware Water Gap has yet to be designated a Appalachian Trail community through the National Park Service or ATC, whoever does that. I think it's the ATC. And I was looking through the book, and there were they were saying if you like Delaware Water Gap and you want to support our becoming a ATC or an Appalachian Trail community, could you write a letter for us? And they've got the different letters you can read, and reading a couple of them, and I noticed they were all addressed to one of my old co-workers down in the Southern Regional Office, Julie. So I think I might do that as well. But Julie, I don't know if you even watch these videos. I know Andrew Downs does, or was when I was on trail down south. But Julie, Delaware Water Gap's a nice trail town. You guys should definitely give them that dezigation. I'm not sure what it entails, but they want it, and I think that they live up to the billing. So yeah, had a good experience there. Got out of town a little bit late today because I had to wait for the post office to open to go get a package that my dad sent me with a much needed third cell phone battery. So I've got enough juice between these 3 batteries that I should be able to go for, I could probably make it a week if need be, but I don't know that I'll ever even have to push it that far. But yeah, sent me that battery. Thank you for sending that, Dad. Really appreciate it. And he also laced the package with some good food. A bunch of peanut M&Ms and big bag of beef jerky, bacon jerky. I'm excited about that. some different toy. He hooked it up with all sorts of stuff. Bars, my nephew Aiden's first grade school picture, which was really cool. Carrying your picture with me now, Aiden. Looking good, bud. What else did he throw in there that was kind of unique? Oh, he set me up with, so they don't allow stoves or any kind of cooking inside the hostel. Understandable. And it was like 22 degrees this morning, so I was not willing to go outside and boil water for coffee, and I really didn't want to go walk into town to buy coffee, because the next place to buy coffee is a little bit further from the post office. But I opened up my package, and he had like some herbal energy kind of thing in there, so I popped that, and that was my coffee this morning. That and about half a pack of cookies, chocolate chip cookies. So yeah, I really appreciate the drop, Dad. That was well done on your part. And I sent a couple things home as well, courtesy of you. It's just some here and there's that I needed to get out of my pack. And oh, I also had to send. So first night out of no, it wasn't the first night. It was maybe the second night out of slips. I was digging through my my clothes bag and noticed that I had 3 of the same Darn Tough sock. And it was really confusing for a moment. And then I remembered that down south, one of the first things I noticed about slip was that we had the same tan Darn Toughs. And I looked at one of them, and it was a medium as opposed to a large, which is what I wear. So, you know, common sense says Slip's Darn Tough sock was missing the trail and snuck itself into my clothes bag somehow and got out of town, got back on trail. So as much as I wanted to keep it on trail with me and keep the Darn Tough happy, I had to send it back to Slip, because I know Slip's trying to do some hiking. He was actually out hiking the day that I rolled into town up in Stokes State Park or State Forest. Yeah, sent that stuff out, and now I'm rolling. Got the climb out of the way, and now I'm just gonna cruise for the rest of today. There's a 20-mile shelter that was kind of my goal. I want to make it 20 today. For one, to keep up the pace with the challenge that Lady gave me, average 20 through PA, and to get within 20 of Palmerton, so I can do a 20 tomorrow and stay at the Jailhouse Hostel in Palmerton, which is apparently like a really cool spot. It's like some sort of basement hostel. It's free. They don't charge you to stay there. I had remembered hearing earlier this year people talking about it and saying that it used to actually be a jail, but I don't think it was ever used as a jail. It says that in the guidebook. But yeah, looking forward to knocking out a couple 20s here. I got out of town, didn't get out of Delaware Water Gap until about like 10 o'clock today. So there's a good chance I'll be hiking for about an hour in the dark. Depends on what kind of pace I can keep up as I'm going here. But that's what I got going on in the near future. I don't know what the next town. I'll probably upload this in Palmerton. I saw they have a library, as well as the previous video I did. And then I think the next town after that would be maybe Duncannon. I don't know. I might, if the trail rolls through another town before that, I'm not really sure. I would be able to upload there as well. But yeah, that's what I got going on. So yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap up and keep on trucking from PA. Take it easy.